We're talking about the doctors in the Zaria chapter of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, as NARD, at the Ahmadu Bello University Teaching Hospital, ABUTH, have said that they can't guarantee industrial harmony if by the 26th of August their adopted colleague is not released or rescued. Their colleague, Dr. Ganiya Bupula, a medical doctor at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, was adopted together with her husband and a nephew by bandits on December 27, 2023. Now, however, the husband, who was ill when the hospital quarters was attacked by the bandits, was released when the bandits' demands were met. About 7 months after, Dr. Ganiya has continued to be in captivity, which has prompted the doctors to address a press conference and vow to embark on an industrial action if their request was not met within the period. Now, the president of the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors in Zaria, Dr. Suleiman Issa, and the secretary, Dr. Jimo Aminat, said, "We can't guarantee industrial harmony if by 26th of August she's not released or rescued. We call upon the government, security agencies and all relevant authorities to intensify efforts to secure their safe return," they said. Now, they cautioned that unless Dr. Ganiya is freed in 10 days, they would have no option than to go on strike. Ambassador.
Well, it's quite unfortunate, and we all agree that our security system is not okay. As I speak with you, I have someone who is in the hand of the kidnappers within River State just 2 nights ago. That was coming back from
That's really
work.
pathetic.
Yes, very pathetic.
At night?
Yes, they were returning back from work. Now, we have always established that the insecurity of Nigeria is something that has led to several, degeneration of our economic life. That's why we commended the government when they started with these agro rangers for farmers to return back to farm. And we have prayed that such actions of government should yield positive result to ensure that our food level increases again to end food shortage. Now, on the issue of the doctor at Zaria and Kaduna State, well, it's quite unfortunate and it's pathetic when your loved one is not in a place where you can really guarantee what is happening. It's
for 7 months.
For 7 months. And our prayer is that let her not be a victim of forceful, adoption into a religious sect, because maybe she might be a Christian or thereabouts, maybe I don't really know anyway. But my appeal to the relevant authorities, the doctors, you have expressed how you feel over the missing of your colleague. That's solidarity. I want to really commend that. It's worth doing. And it's not just waiting for the doctors to do it alone. One Nigeria life should matter to all of us as Nigerians, if really we value ourselves as one. Now, I will equally want to appeal to the government, the security operatives, and even those who have abducted them. Most times they listen to news. They inform themselves with what is happening. I want to appeal to them and everybody that let us be humane. Let us understand that this doctor is helping to save life. She's not among those causing the problem why we are where we are today as a nation, as a state, or as citizens.
All right. Let's get your thoughts now, Frank.
Well, you see, it's very, very good. We're seeing all these things in the nation. Now I say, nothing is happening. We inherited this, we inherited that. We're a nation that the whole world is looking up to. We must, as a people, not allow our sentiment to cloud our sense of reasoning. Whether you are highly placed whether you are lowly placed. A country that citizens have become goats in the hand of their fellow citizens to sell. It's not where people, as we're discussing now, over 1,000 Nigerians in the hand of various criminal elements. If you are following what is happening in this country about a week now, students, medical students, there is also issue of ransom of over 15 million put forward for them to pay, for the families to pay before they will be released. It happens every month. Let me not say every day. And the security agency will not swing up. Like, see, I will make reference because when I look at it, I am involved in critical analysis of what is happening in the whole world. You don't wait for thousands of people to be killed before you begin to organize people to fight against illegality, against criminality. Let me tell you for free this morning. The issue of the way the government mobilized against the protests. What stopped the government from mobilizing against those who are in one forest or the other, committing this heinous crime against Nigerian people? That time you will not hear of we have intelligence gathering. That hoodlums will hijack the protests. Oh, what about all the restrictions of SIM card and this and that in the name of checking criminal breach? All those things, we just bamboozle ourselves.
Insecurity.
So I am coming. Can you allow me? Let me just express my people. Up to today, we are talking about Leah Sharibu. We have forgotten that. See, when it doesn't happen to you, you feel it's just like a news. So I want to pray that the federal government of Nigeria, ably led by President Tinubu, should be decisive in handling criminal elements in this country. Please, that's my take on it. Nigerians are not slaves in their country.
Okay, come in.
We can now go into modern slavery.
Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, I think when you appreciate the little a man is doing, the person will do more. I would like to say that with my little understanding, the security operatives, the Nigerian Army, the Air Force, the police, the civil defense, they are trying their best. Most of them have laid down their lives for this nation to ensure that we have a safe nation in the hands of these terrorists and the bandits. So most families have lost their beloved ones. So I want to believe and also state categorically here that the security operatives, they are trying their best. But all we pray is that and encourage is that they should do more. And the government should encourage them more. Nigerians should encourage them more. Okay. So that we can get more
Ambassador, when we talk
country.
about, I'll get your points, but when we talk about insecurity, especially in a country like Nigeria, it is not something that we do not expect to happen at all. Even if we get to fight it, you might not be able to fight it completely. That's to completely eradicate it. Do you understand? But then, when we have issues like this, right, we expect more. When we have issues of, let's look at the kidnap of those students, medical students you talked about. This medical doctor has been there for 7 months. And this is not the first time we're having cases like this, right? So Nigerians are expecting more to be done. So what exactly do you think, from your analysis, from your observation, is going on or is wrong with our security operatives' proactiveness when it has to do with cases like this?
You see, one, the security operatives, they are not spirits. They can only operate between, according to the level of information that they have. There are security situations that you cannot come out on the public media and begin to present the actions you are doing and what you are not doing. So I'd like to state it here that our security operatives, very many of them are very responsible. We have a very good security system, but most times their efforts have been sabotaged. I can tell you that. So I would like to say that government should encourage them more. Secondly, we citizens should also encourage them.
But hold on, when you say their efforts are being sabotaged sometimes, what exactly do you mean?
Well, it has different reasons for sabotage. The sabotage sometimes is also among themselves. Sometimes you have betrayers among them. Sometimes it's also political. Most times when they want to launch a very decisive action, you see them getting counter order, either from the superior. So there are so many things.
That's exactly what we're talking about. When we talk about the security system, we're not just talking about the police or just the army. We're talking about every single one involved in the political, in the security system.
Now, security.
All the people who would have given orders and taken orders towards what should have been done concerning the matter on ground.
Yes, that's what we are saying. That security, number one, is the business of every Nigerian. We have shortage of manpower in the security system. Both the army, both the navy, both the police, they cannot manufacture spirit to be enrolled into the security system. It is still we Nigerians that we make ourselves available.
Let's go back to the comparison that Frank made when he talked about the protest and a lot of the people that were deployed. In fact, the other time, was it after the protest or during the protest, when we heard reports that protesters wanted to have the 1,000-man march?
1 million.
1 million-man march, and then we had a lot of security personnel deployed in various states.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, please.
Because of that end bad protests,
And bad governance?
end bad governance threat,
Yes.
and the actions. If you drive from Ahoda, for instance, to Port Harcourt, the checking point have reduced, and thereby exposing that road again to more insecurity that made the Commissioner of Police, the IGP, to institute more roadblocks.
Yes, but not to deviate from the point I was trying to make before you cut me. Hold on, please. Would the number of people, the number of security personnel that were deployed for the protest, for the 1 million man march, right? And then the proactivity that Nigerians saw with security operatives. Now, when it has to do with cases like this, kidnap and all of this, 7 months that woman has been there, and that is not the only case we have had. Nigerians are also expecting, you know, the same measure or even more of proactivity when we talk about things like that.
You see, if you allow
that's the comparison he made, and I want you to talk in that light.
If you allow me to,
yes, please go on.
You would have understood where I was going. Why I gave that instance is because the police on the checking point to protect our highways were withdrawn.
Because of the protests?
Because they lack manpower, enough manpower, to ensure that the protest situation was curbed. Now, all what we are saying is that with the security operative of Nigeria, we have a lot of issues that is bedeviling them. They have the issue of poor funding. They have the issue of sabotage in different ways, in funding, sabotage in political directive, in hierarchies among the security operatives, where, for instance, yes, there are reasons for most of these things. So, but what we are trying to say is that our security architecture and our security system needs to be more empowered, needs to be more encouraged. You see, they are humans. They are humans. And like I told you that we have lost brothers and sisters who died in the battlefield in trying to save Nigeria.
Yes.
So that's why I said that they are trying their best, but they need to do more. They need to be encouraged more.
All right.